Welcome to the second half of my guide to Hawaii's Big Island. This video will cover the entire west coast, working our way from north to south. So if you drive around that northern tip of the island, the road will end at Pololu Valley Lookout. And this is a special place. The view from the top is nice, but you absolutely must take the 15-minute trail down. You'll be treated to even better views of these magnificent cliffs stretching into the distance, as well as a spectacular coastline. It is sure to steal your heart. And at the bottom of the trail, you'll find yourself at a phenomenal black sand beach. It is recommended that you don't swim here because there are strong waves which sometimes sweep people out to sea. But it is the kind of place that I would just love to hang out all day. The black sand is so soft and fine and inviting. And you will also be treated to a view of Pololu Valley itself, which is just ridiculously good looking. I mean, I want to move here and just swim and swing in the trees. Civilization is overrated. And these people had the same idea, fresh off the grid, right by Pololu Valley, where you can get refreshments. They also have resident mules, which are fun. But we got shave ice here, and it really hit the spot after hiking. I also got myself a poke bowl, which was delicious. This is a very nice place to stop if you're here. If you're a thrill seeker, you have the option of going skydiving with Big Island Gravity at the far northern end of the island. My brother-in-law went for this, and I'm kind of wishing I did. I mean, it doesn't get much more epic than jumping out of a plane. And look at those views. It's hard to beat that. So you may as well cross it off the bucket list while you're here. And if you're visiting this northern section of the island, you might consider taking this scenic detour through the mountains toward the town of Waimea, just to soak in some of these sweet views along the way. Next up is Pu'ukahola Heiau National Historic Landmark. This heiau, or temple, was built under the direction of King Kamehameha the Great, the uniter of the Hawaiian Islands, in the late 1700s. It is quite an impressive feat of manpower, as these stones were transported here via a human chain all the way from Pololu Valley. This is a neat opportunity to connect with Hawaii's past. And I should tell you, there are two other National Historic Sites along this coast, which we did not make time for on this trip. Back at the Visitor Center, you can watch a film to learn more about this special place, and try your hand at Hawaiian checkers. If you're looking for a chill beach, you need to look no further than Kona Airport Beach, located at the Mauna Kea Resort. There is free public access to this beach, though parking spots are limited and they won't let you drive past the gate unless they have spots open for you. So for that reason, it's not too crowded here. And as you can see, it's a lovely, spacious, sandy beach. And the water is calm and good for swimming. So this is my personal pick for a nice, relaxing beach day. A good backup plan is Hapuna Beach State Park, just a few minutes away. You're going to be paying like $10 for parking at Hapuna, and it's very crowded. Another beach worth your time is Waikoloa Beach. Once again, there's free public access and plenty of parking here. The sand is a little grittier, though still decent for lounging about on the beach. Plus there are some nice palm trees offering shade. And there's a decent amount of wildlife to encounter, such as this fun little crab. And we found that the snorkeling was not half bad. You will soon see that there are way better places for snorkeling. But still, we had fun here. It was not a disappointment. There are a variety of fish to see here if you go looking for them, making it a good beach whether you're hanging out by the shore or venturing out into the territory of the fish folk. I was tickled to get to see some humuhumu nuku nuku apua'a, the Hawaii state fish. That's this colorful guy, and they're a cool looking fish. But all fishy business aside, by far the best thing that Waikoloa has to offer are sea turtles. If you just walk down the beach to where there's not so many people hanging out, you have a good chance of finding sea turtles close to shore. And it's pretty important that you know to maintain a minimum of 10 feet of distance from sea turtles, as they are a threatened species and you don't want to cause them any unnecessary stress. Clearly, as you can tell by this footage, I broke that rule. That it was really more the sea turtles breaking that rule, swimming up to me while I held still. So yeah, definitely don't go chasing these guys or touching them. But if you're lucky enough to see these magnificent creatures, it surely makes for a special day. And while we're on the subject of the sea and turtles in the sea, and seeing sea turtles in the sea, check out Old Kona Airport, conveniently located in the town of Kailua, Kona. This is a pretty rocky beach where you probably wouldn't want to go swimming by any means, but the tide pools here are sure to satisfy your inner marine biologist. And with a dash of good fortune like I have, you may be treated to see some sea turtles hanging out. Again, just really cool animals to see in the wild. You could watch these for perhaps minutes, perhaps dozens of minutes. In addition to turtles, I saw some urchins, a creepy little eel, and I had a very special little moment with a sea cucumber. If you fancy yourself more of a land lover than a sea cucumber lover, the Old Kona Airport has a nice walking path with well-kept plants, a curious amount of stray cats, and you're probably going to see a few of the invasive mongoose, which apparently like cat food just as much as cats. Also in the town of Kailua, Kona is a phenomenal wildlife viewing opportunity, arguably one of the top reasons to come to the Big Island, and that is a night snorkeling tour to see the manta rays. They take you out on a boat, chuck you in the water with a light board which tracks the plankton that these guys eat. The manta rays come swimming around, they get pretty dang close to you, they don't seem to be too afraid of humans. But of course they are perfectly harmless, still intimidating to stare down the throats of these big old fish. We were told they can reach 1,000 pounds, which seems suspicious to me. But nevertheless, it's amazing to be in the water with these. There's not many places in the world where they are this abundant and it's this easy to access the manta rays. So it's something that should definitely be on your plan, right up there with seeing the erupting volcano of Kilauea. These tours tend to run around $130 per person. You can find cheaper ones though. I don't think it really matters who you go with. It's the same fish you're going to see. Near the beginning of our trip, I insisted that we go to a luau. We went to the Royal Kona Resort, and I have good things to say about it. The performers were very talented, the food was excellent, enjoyed that a lot, and the Hawaiian vibes were strong, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Despite all that, you can't help but feel like it's a bit of a tourist trap. You're paying over $100 per head for dinner and a show, which seems a bit steep. So I liked it, but understandably this isn't for everyone. For a more authentic and personal cultural experience, head on over to Aloha Adventure Farms for an ATV ride. They take you on a mellow ride through their property where they grow coffee and other things. And the best part is stopping at various stations and learning more about aspects of Polynesian culture. From harvesting coconuts like a true Samoan, to playing the drums like a true Tongan, and embracing your inner warrior like that of a Fijian. It all was a blast. We had a great time here. One of the best parts was this stick game from Fiji, after which the victor smashes the head of his opponent and eats his brains. Symbolically, of course. Line it up first, and gonna stick your tongue the whole time. And when you hit it, say pula. Yeah? So, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, go for it and say pula, my friend. Yup. Pula!
Woo! Good job. There it goes.
Come rain or shine, you're definitely going to want to make the time to hike to Captain Cook Monument. This trail is 2 miles each way, and it does feel a bit long at times, taking you to terrain that evidently only goats are brave enough to inhabit. And at the end of the trail, you'll arrive at the site where famous British explorer Captain James Cook was murdered by the local Hawaiians. Typical job hazard of being a colonizing D-bag. But other than that gruesome detail, you'll find that this is a beautiful location, especially if you brought your snorkel. This is, in my opinion, the premier snorkeling spot on the big island of Hawaii. There are very few people because of the hike required to get here, and what's lacking in people is made up tenfold by fish. I kid you not, I felt for a moment as if I was watching a live-action remake of Finding Nemo, which is probably going to exist someday. But seriously, Captain Cook, great spot, absolutely breathtaking. For a more easily accessible snorkeling spot, check out Two Step. It is packed with people. It's a very rocky beach, so not a lot of great places to, sit or relax. But get in the water with your snorkels, and you won't be disappointed. We also had the pleasure of seeing dolphins while we were here. They weren't close enough to get any real cool footage of swimming with dolphins by any means, but you can see them, they're there. And there's plenty of coral and fish to see. And last but not least is South Point. Visiting this place will give you major bragging rights amongst geography nerds, as this is the southernmost point of land in all 50 states. Kinda neat. But if you consider yourself more of a cool kid than a nerd, then you'll just have to rebel against this sign right here by jumping off a cliff into the ocean. Online sources say this is a 40-foot drop. I kind of feel like it's less than that, but regardless, it's quite high, and one heck of a thrill. If you're feeling really brave, you can jump right through this hole in the rock into the water. This will give you bragging rights with just about anyone. Just make sure you yell woo really loud when you do it.
You did it!
This is definitely pretty sketchy looking, but in my experience, it is safe, more or less. And one of my favorite things about Hawaii is just how nice and warm the water is. It's not shockingly cold like the ocean in California. So throw yourself off a cliff, swim around in this gorgeous blue water, check out a sea cave or two, and you've got yourselves the makings of an unforgettable memory right there. And just like that, we have reached the end, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I've given you some useful ideas and given you reason to come check out Hawaii's big island for yourself. It is truly a remarkable place. Inevitably, I have skipped over a few things, such as trying spam musubi or driving up to the Mauna Kea Visitor Center. There are many more adventures to be had here, so if you've been, please leave me a comment and let me know some of your favorite spots on this island. And I'll catch you next time. Hey!
That was great.